Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm bringing you a quick video to show you how to install a DeeZee Tailgate Assist on my Dodge Ram 1500. Basically all this is just it's a piston that just acts like the hood pistons on the hood, but it just allows your tailgate to lower slowly and not slam if you let go of it. So this is what the package includes. So basically you have your piston right here, the upper and lower mounts of the piston. I'll show you how those go on. We have some mounting hardware, tools, Loctite, and an instruction manual. So the first step of doing this installation is taking this part. You want to adjust this nut right here so that it's 3/4 of an inch from the top of this nut down to the washer. So just going to adjust. And we're sitting at, yep, just about 3/4 of an inch right there. So the next step is to, one, unscrew this off of it. You're going to take the blue thread locker and you put a thin line here, and then it says it wants you to let it dry for about an hour, and this will actually assist in the expansion, because this thing, you can see right here, this will expand once it's inside of the tailgate to keep it, it'll lock it in so it won't pull out. So put the thin line of blue Loctite right here on the threads. We're going to let it sit for about an hour, and then we're going to install that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw on this clip, basically measure down 3.5 inches from the top of the cable. So right there, and this is where the top of your center clip is going to go, right about there. So you're probably going to have to pop this on with a pair of pliers. Just like that. So earlier I did misspeak, but this is actually the bottom mount, so you can see how the rounded edge goes around the hinge right there. And then this hole right here is where you're going to have your this bolt, the expander, go into, and then you're going to expand the bolt, pull out the black nut, put this on, and then use the smaller silver screw right here, which will go through this hole right here and into the expander. Top is super simple. Pretty much all you got to do is take off this cable. See this? You just bend this up, slide it up, pull it off, and then you're going to take your, I give you a star bit for here, loosen this bolt out, and then you're going to take your top one and put it in like this. So since on my last truck I had an issue with rust, I had an 06 Ram, and did the same thing on this. I actually went out and I bought a bit that I could use in my impact gun, because on this there's my old one was rusted, this one's got a bunch of blue thread locker in it, so just makes for a nice, easy. Now what you want to do is you want to put this bolt through here. That's going to go just like this. All just the way it came out. You're going to want to make sure this is straight up and down, just like that. And that's the top. Now it's time to install the lower portion. So first we're going to put this in order to get the expander to expand in the hole. So this goes right in here. I have to tap it in a little bit, it's a little tight. And you're going to get an Allen wrench to hold this from spinning, and then a little, I think it's a 10 millimeter wrench to turn this clockwise, and it's going to pull it out and expand the washer as it pulls. I'm going to take my adjustable crescent wrench, go on here, turn it clockwise as I hold the Allen wrench, and then expand the expander. So basically once that nut expander's tight, which it's very tight, I can literally wiggle the whole truck by it, you're going to take this bolt out. this comes out. Don't need this anymore, that's trash. And then you're going to use your lower mount, provided bolt. This goes on here like this. The hole lines up in here. Then you're going to put your, this screws into that nut expander like that. You can tighten that in. I also throw some Loctite on this too. You're gonna get that nice and tight. Cool, and that's your lower. So next up you gotta do is you have to take this limiter right here, see how it limits the travel. You have to bend it down so that this is able to fold correctly now that it has this clip on it and the piston. So take a little punch or something against this and hammer that flat. I used an old chisel and hammered that flat. Pretty easy to do. Now what we're going to do is reinstall our cable. So what you usually have to do is lift the tailgate just a little bit, slide it on, that's on. For the piston, I'm going to take the extending end for the bottom, piston end at the top, pretty much just clips onto that. Then you're going to extend the piston, pull it out. It's a little hard because it's cold where I am right now, but you're going to extend it down to here. Once it's extended, meets with that. Push it on, now the piston's on, and your install is complete. So now that the install is complete, go ahead and test it. Basically just open your tailgate and step back, and it should catch it and take it down slowly. And then also put it back up. Make sure that the cable doesn't bind or not seat well. But it seems to be moving just fine. But this is definitely nice when you're trying to get things in your hands or something and you can't lower your tailgate and you don't want it to slam down. A lot of newer trucks actually start to come with these, like the Chevys and stuff. But hope this video helped you guys out and gives you some good ideas. Little side note with these things, I bought for my older truck I bought a cheap one, and it didn't really last very well, and it fell apart. And so I would really recommend going with a more reputable brand like DeeZee. They make a lot of good aftermarket headache racks and stuff like that. So give this video a like and a subscribe, and I hope this helped you out.